Hey everybody, it's Ann Beebe. Today is Thursday, April 27th, 2023. I'm Barb Hammer. So this looks like a winter scene, but it's not. I'm at the Mennonite Heritage Museum where I live in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada, and I just sat through a book launch. A belated 3 years later book launch about a book. It's for a book, Richard Tave's The Confession, and the guy actually wrote a novel. It's a novel. Oops. Oh, that's all right. Oh, I'm just going around talking. Okay. That's all right. So there's a winter scene here. So one of the crew here, there's a movie being filmed here. My Christmas Heroes or something. Yeah, My Christmas Heroes. And it's about veterans. And it's going to be on the Hallmark channel or something. I guess this Christmas. I don't know, I guess. I don't know. They're filming here. And so they put down all this foam or whatever to make it look like winter. And this building, this is a recreation of a Mennonite farm and barn, and that would be in let's say Ukraine, because most of the people of Mennonite heritage here came from Ukraine. So there are a lot of people, crew, that are working on this movie set. Apparently they started filming yesterday. I'm just gonna go around a little bit so you can see there's all these vehicles, and yeah, so it's a Christmas setting. They're using the museum. They have the inside decorated, and yeah, there's a Christmas tree, so it's like red, white, and blue Christmas tree. So it's all very the theme is veterans and patriotism and whatever, I guess. I don't know the story. But so many vehicles here. I hope this shouldn't be shaky because I have my stabilizer that I put my phone into here. But I'm going to go back in the shade here and sit down again. So the book, The Confession, it's sort of the author went to some event in Kansas, I think, for Mennonites or something, and he got angry. He learned that the Mennonites had collaborated with the Nazis in Ukraine and took part in the Holocaust, persecuting Jews. He didn't get into other, Polish people were slaughtered in Ukraine too by the Ukrainian Nazis. But this is why I've started to call the Mennonites Mennonazis now. So I'm pointing this away. I don't want to trying to respect people's privacy, not put them on camera. Yeah, you're a star. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so this author, I mean, good for him. He started to explore this a bit. But I told him afterward that he's just scratching the surface. So he talks about the Holodomor as though that were fact. Now, there was a famine in Soviet Union, Ukraine, most famously. There's another crew member coming around here. And, but the Holodomor, it's gotten exaggerated and distorted. There was a famine. Historically, there were famines in the Russian Empire. So the Soviet Union had one last famine in the early 1930s. And then that was it. There were no. I mean, it's like in China. China had one after the revolution. It had one big famine, and that was it. They eliminated famine. So the numbers too get distorted. I've had basically crypto Nazis from in the Baltic republics, former Soviet republics, tell me that 14 million people died in the Holodomor. Well, even on Wikipedia, CIA Wikipedia, it'll say 3 million. You know, you'll see a lot of different figures, but even on Wikipedia, it's like 3 million or something like that. Much, much smaller number. And this author, he threw out some number of like Stalin killed 40 million. And, you know, actually that gets so distorted too. So most of that figure is from World War II. And then they just, you know, these numbers just get exaggerated so much. And the thing about the Holocaust is that it didn't just affect Jews. So Jews were the stereotype of leftists, and they were the unclean people. And but you know, as leftists, socialists, communists who were targeted, the disabled were targeted first, and then eventually they got around to the Jews. There was, you know, strong anti-Semitism in Nazi Germany among the Nazis. Another crew member who's walking. Takes a lot of people to set this up. Anyway, so I mean, the Nazis, they even went after people who originally supported the Nazis. That was like Martin Niemöller, who wrote that poem, First They Came For. So he was a Lutheran pastor, and he supported the Nazis, and eventually they came after him. He was put into a camp. So that's what that poem is about. If you don't speak up for other people, then in the end there's nobody to speak up for you. So anyway, most of the people at the book launch, they were Mennonites. And at the end, one man says, "Oh, Canada's communist." I said, "No, it's not. It's the opposite." But anyway, yeah. So when you're in that kind of crowd, you're going to hear that. Very conservative crowd, very religious crowd. So the theme was very, very religious. And the Mennonites are really like a cult, religious cult, I've realized. So they remind me a bit of the Mormons. So they have their Mennonite communities all over the world, and they convert people like the Mormons do. But there's a strong history of Nazi collaboration. The Mennonites, they helped the Nazis to escape to the South America. Like even Joseph Mengele, I think he was given haven, sanctuary in a Mennonite community in South America, Paraguay maybe, I think. So the local mayor used to be Henry Braun. He's Mennonite, and he was actually born in one of those Mennonite communities in Paraguay that harbored Nazis. So this is the dirty little secret about the Mennonites. And this author was just scratching the surface. I told him afterward, just dig deep into the Holodomor. I told him, he was shocked. I said, "You're just starting to dig into the history there." Anyway, I guess that's all I want to say for now. So anyway, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you again soon. Oh, so I can't post one more thing. I can't post a video chat I did recently with Scott, who's from the Botander channel. Originally, American Everyman, and then he was Church Shock 42. Those two channels were banned. Anyway, did a video chat, but because we're talking about Boston bombing, some graphic, disturbing images and false flags, that sort of thing, I can't post it on YouTube, so I'll put a link in the show notes for that. Anyway, thanks for listening. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.